Watching scenes of Terminator Salvation. You saw that one?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that one. That, in my opinion, the first Terminator, fucking Jesus Christ.
That your favorite? My favorite's 2.
Probably.
I gotta go with 2.
Two's
It's my favorite one.
2's up there with the first one, man.
Yeah,
those two movies,
and they're really different too.
Yeah, they're very
really
different.
and they still managed to make a great sequel to that movie.
Yeah. And then my opinion, the first one, I don't know. Maybe the first one might be my favorite because there's something about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, here's the thing. In my opinion, the first one's like a horror movie.
Definitely.
Sci-fi horror.
Definitely.
Where the second one is like, it's got some creepy elements to it, but it's not like horror. Like the first one's fucked
Yeah, like
up.
it made my dad feel like he could show it to me at a young age, even though it's rated R. But
The
he's
second
still,
one?
Yeah, that's rated R, right?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, so like to the point where he felt comfortable, like, yeah, I think I can show my son this. Like I was like 10, watching Judgment Day.
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
But no one ever. Yeah, I was just about to say because I saw Terminator 2 first. That's
me
the first one I saw.
Me too.
So I saw Terminator 1 later on.
Yeah, I was not allowed to watch the first one. My dad was like, "We're gonna watch Terminator." We watched the third one. You know what I mean? Because that was like the bitchiest one.
I wouldn't even. No, it had to be rated R, but I wouldn't even doubt if it was PG-13. That was a pussy movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was rated R. The only scene that I remember as a kid that like stuck with me was when she showed up with a buzzsaw and like sawed him apart or something, and like the blood spatter. I remember being a kid, like, I was a kid. I was fucking like
that was
11.
in the bedroom, right?
Yeah. I was like, that bothered me when I was a kid, but other than that
Terminator was hot.
Oh yeah.
I
don't know
for
her name.
sure, indubitably.
Yeah, right. I don't know her actress's name, but
me neither. I don't even know who that is.
I've never seen her before. And then the second one I saw after, and then
that's crazy.
It was years because my dad would not let me watch the first one. It was like I was like, Dad, we should watch the first one. And he goes, Nah,
I'm like, you're not ready for this.
I'm like, Dad, I saw the second and the third one. I can't watch the first one. He's like, no, it's a different type of movie.
It definitely is.
And and I'm glad he didn't let me watch that shit. Like there was a couple scenes, like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he takes his eye out. That scene, and he's in the bathroom, and he literally, you could see the pupil floating in the sink. Like that shit was crazy. And
that scene like holds up to this day too. Me picturing it in my head, like. They did really good.
It's creepy looking. And then the whole, like, it reminds me of Thanos, actually. Actually reminds me of Thanos. Like, inevitable doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, no matter what you do to this fucking thing, it just keeps coming back. And this is, you have to remember, it's so different now, like, people that watch, like, this shit now, like, we're used to that. Like the Predator, I always bring this up as an example. Like, we know what the Predator looks like now. Mm-hmm. We've known for 30 years.
Yeah.
Right? But there was a time where we didn't. And there was a time where it was impactful when he takes his mask off. That used to be a big deal. Like, holy shit, look at this fucking thing.
I missed out on that. You know what's funny? You told me I had never seen the first Predator.
Oh,
I had
really?
only seen, I remember I saw the second one with Danny Glover.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator 2. Requiem or something like that.
That was terrible.
Those are the only ones I had seen. You're like, dog, you got to see the first one. And I was probably like 19, 20 when I finally actually saw the first one. And so I didn't even get that experience. I already know what he looked like.
Right.
But the first one was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
A lot, and I see why it's such a big movie.
Yeah, it's a classic. And so the same way I feel with the Terminator. Mm-hmm. His skeleton, like before we know what the Terminator looks like, before we know that, because around the time 2009, I'm freshman year in high school in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
I already know what the Terminator with the red eyes and I already know that.
Oh, yeah.
But imagine 1987, 1983? I think it was 87, though. The first one. You've never seen the endoskeleton with the shit. And when he's on fire and he comes out of the fire and
you're
he's
like,
still
what
coming
the
at him.
Fuck is that?
Dog,
I wish
that
I could
shit
experience
was, I
it
know.
like that. That would have been so cool.
Dog, that shit is crazy. Like, that's what makes it horror. It's like you think it's done. And he comes out and he's all fucked up and he's still coming at like.
And he was big. He was a lot bigger in that than he was even in Judgment Day.
Yeah,
like he was still built in Judgment Day, but not
right. He was more
the first
in his
one.
prime
He was into the bodybuilding still.
Yeah,
like
he was just coming off of the bodybuilding thing. Yeah, like dude, that movie's like definitely has horror elements. I bring that up because of Mortal Kombat. Well, not because of Mortal Kombat. I was thinking about the Terminator before that, but. Mortal Kombat 11, the Terminator.
Yeah.
Did you see the gameplay of him?
I did. I like when he pulls the shotgun out of the fucking box. 'Cause that's from Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. But that's not on Arnold Schwarzenegger, is it? The voice?
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sounds off to me for some reason.
Oh, is it? Or maybe it is off. I thought it was.
I heard it and I'm like, is that like it made me question it immediately. Usually I wouldn't, Arnold is such a distinct voice, but it sounded off to me.
Oh, maybe.
I want to look into that, see if it's. I feel like it has to be because it's literally Arnold, and he looks a little older.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't like. Like the costume they had. Well, there's a couple different costumes, right? One of the costumes, I was like, "Yo, really? That's the one you show? Like this motherfucker, like gray?
Yeah.
Like that's
like,
not
what's with that?
Yeah, don't show
that's not
that.
the Terminator we want.
Yeah, exactly.
In Mortal
like,
Kombat
what?
game.
But there is a costume, of course, of Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That's
the one I've seen most of the gameplay with. Is usually with that costume.
Oh yeah,
looks like that's what he's wearing.
He's got sunglasses, the biker thing with the.
That whole
That's
scene when he
Terminator.
goes into the bar.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's Terminator.
movie's so good.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat and Terminator, fun fact: the first Terminator, when he walks up to get his clothes from those 3 biker guys, you were like, "The fuck you?"
Yeah.
One of those actors plays Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat
No
Annihilation.
shit, huh?
Yeah, he plays as Shao Kahn in the second Mortal Kombat movie.
Go figure.
I was like, no
That's
shit.
crazy. That's crazy.
No shit. I discovered that today. I was watching YouTube videos. But yeah, you saw that shit in Mortal Kombat where his skin can burn off and you fight the endoskeleton. I thought that was cool.
So dope.
Yeah.
So dope.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I do plan to.
Yeah, I plan to play it too.
Yeah, and I'm not playing the old Arnold Schwarzenegger. They do have a costume where like one of his arms is all robotic and bloody.
And he's old.
He's old.
That's still kind of cool though.
Yeah, it
With
is.
the arm.
I was like, okay, and then you put sunglasses on him,
Yeah.
and it makes him look more like Terminator-esque. You know what I mean? I just don't want the old fucking.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I
that's
saw
not-
another recent trailer of the new Terminator, and it showed a little more footage of Arnold, and it's like I just don't want to see him anymore. I don't even really want to see Terminator movies anymore.
Me neither. I'm not
And then,
seeing this one. No.
Again, that trend. It's like, oh, now I have to pretend Rise of the Machines doesn't exist, and I mean, I guess I can pretend Genesis didn't happen. That won't hurt me too much, but
Yeah, I could do Rise of the Machines and Genesis. Both of those, they don't exist. I'm like, all right. Salvation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Salvation was a prequel anyway.
Prequel, so I don't even think they're even really
Debunking
talking
that,
about
right.
Yeah,
And I
this
thought-
is like a direct sequel to Judgment Day.
Yeah, and I thought that Salvation was good. Like,
Oh, yeah, me
like,
too.
When I think of like the great Terminator, I think of the first one, the second one, and Salvation. Those
Yeah,
three
those are the
movies
three.
are solid as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anyone
Yep.
said. Like that, those 3 are good. And then
100%. I can't agree more. Like,
Rise of the Machine
That
and
is-
Genesis, get the fuck out of here. And this new one.
Although when I was younger, I did like Rise of the Machine.
Yeah.
But now that
Yeah.
I'm older and I think to it, like I have no reason to go back and watch it.
All right.
But like I'll go back and watch first one, Judgment Day, and Salvation.
Yeah.
Like 100%, all 3.
Yeah. But and this new one, I'm probably not even gonna watch. Probably not even gonna see it. You know?
I'll see it.